I am just using the Mercier primer, so that's my first step, and this is just the normal original primer. So I'm just using that to obviously apply onto my skin so that it primes the skin for the foundation that's going to go on top. So obviously the primer will just help everything last a little bit longer, and it also helps the foundation to look better on the skin as well. So for my foundation, I've actually chosen to use two foundations. So for the lighter sort of areas of my skin, which are mainly on the high points, I have used the MAC NC42, and that's a Studio Fix fluid. And on the rest of the skin, so sort of around the forehead and the jawline area, I've used the Mercier Moisture Supreme foundation, and that one is in Tawny Beige. So I've just used a Real Techniques buffing brush, and I'm just making sure that everything is really well blended. I wanted a bit more of a fuller coverage, so that's why I chose the Studio Fix fluid. And so again, just making sure that it's really buffed into the skin and there are no sort of streak lines. So I haven't done my concealer, but what I'm doing now is priming my eye. Now I always use this because it takes the discoloration down, and that's the Mercier Eye Basics in Tawny. This is just kind of like a, I'm not doing anything too dramatic, so I've just used something that's going to take the discoloration down as such. So the next thing I've done is I've started to groom through the brows and just really pushing them into place and getting the hairs really tidy. Then what I do is I use a MAC eyebrow pencil in the stud, and I just use that to slowly start creating a more fuller shape and give a little bit more definition. So these are kind of brow routines that I do in all my videos. So here I'm just plotting in a little bit more on top of the eyebrow just to give a more fuller look, and I am just going to sort of taper it out. So just do it so that you're comfortable with it. Some people like to wear their brows a lot softer. I tend to wear my brows a little bit more fuller and stronger in colour because it frames my face, and because of my skin tone it suits me. So I'm just lining my top and bottom waterline with just a little bit of black Kohl pencil, and that will give some really nice definition to the whole look. So I'm just using a pointed eyeliner brush, and this is just one that I bought from Hobbycraft. I wanted something that was a little bit more thicker, and I've just used that with a black eyeliner, and this one is the Mercier Gel Eyeliner in Noir. And I'm just creating a sort of winged eyeliner, so eyeliner with a flick, and what I'm going to do is just smudge it. So I'm not really that concerned that it's not 100% perfect, because all I'm going to do is pop over black eyeshadow and smudge it. So this is a good one if you're not so steady with your hands, because we're only going to smudge the eyeliner anyway. So here I've taken an angled eyeliner brush, and as you can see I have used some black eyeshadow, and all I'm doing is almost blurring the line as such, so that it just creates a softer look. I'm just going to start to take that a little bit higher, so it's more sort of smoked out, winged out effect. So just do that all over the eye, follow the line, and you can also use a couple of different colours. So on this one I flitted between a black and a very dark blue, and the blue was actually Deep Night from Laura Mercier, so it kind of creates a little bit more of that gradient. So I'm just doing exactly the same thing on the other eye now. So using the angled liner brush to apply the eyeshadow in Noir and then just smoking it out slightly. I've used a sort of medium sort of dome brush to smudge the colour, and then I follow in with a 217, and then that starts to blend the whole thing out. So as you can see here, just using a 217, and I'm just smudging everything out. I think with this look, you need to go back in with the black, reapply it down at the root of the lashes, and then start to smudge it all back out again. Just starting to use the same brush now underneath, and I'm just pressing some Noir eyeshadow into the base of the lashes now, so that will just set any eyeliner that we put on the bottom and create more of that sort of cat eye smoky effect. Here what I've done is just use a little bit of Guerlain's bronze or copper sort of pigment, and all I wanted was just a little bit of a pop of almost like a shimmer slash kind of shine. So I've just used my finger and I've just literally placed that into the centre. I didn't want it to become too shimmery, but just something with a little bit more interest, so that when you look down it's not just kind of matte and flat, it just creates a little bit more dimension using different textures from the mattes to a slightly sort of shimmery colour. And as you can see, I've just used my 217 just to blend it all out. So I'm just using the Loreal Excess Mascara, and I haven't curled my eyelashes. The reason being because if I put eyelashes on top, if I do curl my eyelashes and then use false eyelashes, sometimes I find that it's more difficult to get them on. So just good couple of coats of mascara on the top and the bottom, and then you can use lashes if you want to. So the lashes I've used today are the Ardell Demi Wispies. Now these are really good for these sorts of looks because they, as I said, they are Demi Wispies, so they're half almost of the normal Wispies if you know the sort of Ardell range. These are particularly good because they have a flare towards the end, and so if you're doing sort of feline looks, these eyelashes almost enhance those sort of kind of cat eye winged effect looks. So to finish off the base now, I'm just using my Prep and Prime highlighter, and I'm just using that underneath the eyes and just along the bridge of the nose because I'm going to do some contouring as well. So I've just popped that on just to kind of lift that whole area up. So for my concealer, I've used a mixture of MAC NW35 and MAC NC42 Studio Finish Concealer. So mix it together, and I've just popped it on under the eye area. And I'm just using the MAC 224 just to really blend that out and make sure that everything is nice and seamless. So I'm just using the Dermacolour Camouflage Cream palette, and this is the darkest colour in there. I mixed a little bit more of a sort of reddy with a more ashy tone, and I've just used that in the sort of hollows of my cheeks on Mercier Camouflage powder brush. And again, I'm just using that to sort of create a shape, and then I'm going to blend it all out. I've just run that down the sides of the nose again to give a more sort of streamlined appearance to the nose. And whatever you do, just make sure you blend it out really, really well. If you're going to contour, make sure you highlight with a lighter colour, otherwise it can look quite flat on the skin. So as you can see here, I'm just using my fingers just to make sure that the contouring on the nose is really well blended. I'm just using the MAC 224 now just to make sure everything's really buffed into the skin and it doesn't look too harsh. So I've just used a little bit of the Mercier Pale Glow Veil just on top of the cheekbones. Now I used a lighter colour concealer before, so that was, and I poured it down over that sort of area, so I'm just using the sort of shimmery product now just to give a little bit more dimension to the skin. So I'm just using a little bit of Heather Pink blush. This seems to be my favourite blush at the moment. I just think it's really nice for the winter sort of season. It's a cool pink tone and it's really versatile, anybody can wear it. So I just took a Real Techniques setting brush and all I did was just place a little bit of Mercier translucent powder in just the areas that I wanted to slightly mattify and keep the shine away, so under the eyes, foreheads and generally the nose. So I don't want to take the glow away from the skin, so that's why I used a smaller brush. So for my lip colour I used MAC's Fanfare and Desert Rose Lip Gloss by Mercier. So that completes our look for today. I hope you liked it, guys. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and press subscribe. Thanks for watching.